The 52-year-old Lou Holtz trying to add still another national title to the winningest football program in the country. Rockne, Leahy, Parsegian, Devine all won championships in their third year. This is Lou Holtz's third season in South Bend with the Irish of Notre Dame.
Ron Ellis, Chris Herring, the leading tackler, Robert Pickett at the linebacking spots. We'll give you the deep four in a moment. Third down and 7. And Rice's first pass attempt.
He breaks away from Parker, 45-50, and Rice is all the way forward. He's still on his feet and trips up at the 32-yard line. The option, and now Rice to throw, and has a man wide open. The tight end Derek Brown to the 27-yard line. Back or Rice on a keeper. Johnson, touchdown. Anthony Johnson, who scored 5 times this year, the junior from South Bend, Indiana, who was married just before Christmas.
Pass anyway, no question that he made a hit. Boy, what an arm for Rice running against his body.
Down the middle, complete to the tight end, and it's Derek Brown all the way to the 4-yard line. Derek Brown, 6'7", 235, a brilliant first-year freshman. His first 2 catches were for touchdowns. He is a star of the future.
Well, he's a star of the moment here as he catches an only a great play right there by Bo Orlando. Nice pass, nice run.
Well, threatening to make it more than 9-0. They've got a touchdown. Rodney Culver.
Press.
Well, no pressing here.
On 3rd and long, Rice to Ismail for a touchdown. Boy, that ball threaded through several West Virginia hands to the Rocket, and he shot into the end zone with a 29-yard score. And the Irish are really celebrating the new year.
Tony Rice, who had seen so many articles written and had so often been asked about his passing ability, has answered the critics today.
Third quarter.
And Rice looking for Green. He's open, and he's got it at the 27-yard line. Bo Orlando caught up, but a perfect throw by Rice.
Off on the strong side on Parker.
Now Rice back to throw. Has a man wide open. Out of bounds goes Ricky Waters inside the 5-yard line. Now Lou Holtz back in the spring wanted to put Mark Green at flanker to replace Tim Brown. At the last minute he changed his mind, put Waters, another tailback, out there.
Well, and we remind you again, it was Waters and Brooks who were sent home from that critical game at SC. They wanted so badly to prove themselves here today. Well, their coach had said to them, if you can't hug them and pat them on the back and brag on them, you don't want them on your team. Are putting together a pretty good stand. 3rd down. Let's see what Holtz has in mind for West Virginia's defense.
Waters to the right. He's the man who caught the 57-yard pass. The fake, the throw, the touchdown to Frank Jacobs, who caught only 1 pass all year for Notre Dame. He's got 1 for a touchdown in the Fiesta Bowl.
Lou Holtz, such a master when it comes to utilizing his players. Rarely throws in that kind of situation. Very conservative when he gets inside the 20. And I'm sure that West Virginia, well, they did not get run. They got play action pass.
You can see Rice's basketball talent displayed from that angle. That was like a perfect little jump shot. Try to put some added distance on the West Virginia Mountaineers. Rice keeps, and does he get in? Yes. He lurched forward.
the ball. That was the only thing that got in the end zone, but that's what counts. The two-pointer is good. And it's now
7 for 10 on the day, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Holtz said earlier in the week, and I think he was tired of questions about Rice's passing ability. He said if I didn't think he could throw, he'd be practicing his back pedal and covering the out pattern.
Up for the opening
kick.
kick.
What's up, guys? Ncaa 31 here, bringing you all Notre Dame all the time. It is all about my Notre Dame Fighting Irish, as you have one very pleased Golden Domer. Started out with a little bit of vintage Lou Holtz, old school Notre Dame option attack, power running game, play action offense. Highlights of the 1988 Fiesta Bowl, the site of Notre Dame's last national championship, and it actually being on this all Notre Dame all the time Irish kick. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I decided to make a custom Lou Holtz inspired offensive playbook, and this is basically the first draft of it, and I am testing it out for the first time against a guy on my friends list, seeing what plays pass muster, which formations and plays I don't need and can junk. The general rule of thumb with custom playbooks is less is often more. It's easy to just want to load up on everything. You see so much stuff that you like.
From their own
but
29-yard line.
When you test it out against a human, you find out, this formation I don't really use that much, or this play doesn't quite work the way I envisioned it, or this play is just flat out broke.
At the 32-yard line.
So you go back and you
3rd and 3.
cut some plays out, cut some formations out, trim some fat, and try it again. Like this wing bone formation here, I don't like it at all. I've been trying. I got pretty much the base sets down pretty nicely. It got some I formation, normal twins, and power. Single back, 3 wide receiver. Single back big. Wishbone. Full house. The only thing I'm having trouble finding a decent replication for is the veer. There's not a veer formation in the game at all, and I was hoping the wing bone would make a good substitute, but I'm not really in love with that formation very much. Army split is the closest to a veer type of set. I really don't want to go flex bone unless I'm absolutely have to do it, because I don't really have too many midline ISO plays with the QB. And that was a big part of Notre Dame's running game. As Holtz's option attack was pretty much a combination of some Tom Osborne element, some Barry Switzer, and a aggressive downfield passing game based off a play action pass. You gotta try to hit Goodman downfield, but don't quite get it.
Back to pass.
And here Mr. Golson does his Tony Rice impersonation. Of course, Tony Rice would have never slid, but this is the world of video game football. You don't want to hang your quarterback out to dry so he can get stripped or anything like that. So this is the set I was talking about, the Army split back set, where you have a triple option set, or a play rather, and some pretty decent stuff off of it. But not enough. So
here's the 8th play of the series.
I'm still digging around for a play that kind of mimics the old veer and midline option plays that Notre Dame used to run. And that brings me to a pet peeve I have about the game in general as far as the option. EA doesn't seem to understand that the option is very intricate and very sophisticated in its own right. And there's a lot of variations you can do, and that's the reason why it's so hard to defend. Here's a play that I like that just didn't work. It's basically a fullback HB option. You either read the fullback or you run with the QB. There's no pitch phase. but just not blowing up there. But there's not enough plays like that in general where the QB keeps the ball.
Gain of 8 yards. That makes it second.
Both in the traditional, option attack and also in the modern spread option. This game provides a nice little contrast. The old school 80s style, mid-80s, early 90s style option power running game versus the modern shotgun spread option. I would have loved to have seen Tony Rice, guys like Eric Crouch, Darian Hagan play in today's spread offenses. A guy like Eric Crouch would have been an absolute terror. Crouch was a burner, legit 4-4.
Good work by the defense to limit him to a short game.
And dude could
still pick up the first
throw the
down.
ball better than people thought. Option quarterbacks back in that era didn't really have great completion percentages because the passing game was just so rudimentary. It was very basic. It was based on
the 44-yard line.
play action off of power run or option action. More often than not, there were 2 or 3 man routes.
Possibly changing the play here prior to the
very much vertical in their concepts. Not much in the way of the modern ball control passing attack. As a matter of fact, some of the fat that I have to trim involves me cheating a little bit, putting in pass plays that Lou would never run. And I want to try to keep it as close to how Lou would run it as possible. Also given the fact that the video game, to some extent, is going to dictate how you're going to play it because some things flat out work better than others.
Up by 4.
Now, do I have the guts to run it full season in an online dynasty? That's the question. But I am not even close to getting the playbook trimmed down and tuned to where I want it to be.
They'll run the option.
And there's a triple option out of the eye. Good option defense by him. Try to run a little sluggo, but don't quite get it.
Try to get 3 points before the half ends.
So it's 7-6. I've moved the ball pretty well. So far I can't complain about too much about what I have. I just need to fine-tune it some. And someone in a video comment asked me how I deal with the curl route. And what I like to do out of cover 1 and man 0 is I like to take calculated gambles as far as dropping either pass rushers or blitzers into purple zones based on where I think the curl or the out is going to be run to. And once I establish that I've done that, it actually inhibits people from calling it because they know that you're going to defend it. So once I get them into that, then I start bringing in the 6-man and 5-man pressures while still taking those calculated gambles as far as when I want to drop either blitzers or my more athletic defensive linemen into those purple zones. Oregon driving again. Play action, and my safety bites.
Guns it in there, touchdown.
Caught in no man's land, and he gets back on top, or extends his lead. This is the weakness of this style of offense, playing from behind.
Here's the option.
As Golson gets popped. Or a little play action. And his defender just bombs out there. I don't know whether he either got sucked in by the play action animation or he had his pass defense on aggressive and he bit way too soon. But either way, I'm able to hit Tyler Eifert for a big play. And we will go for 2. Out of the Maryland eye, play action again. I'll probably get rid of Maryland eye as well, because I find myself hardly ever using it.
We'll see if they have the same strategy here.
Truth be told, I don't really like the formation that much. But I need a substitute for the veer. If anyone has any suggestions, let me know. I may have to go flex bone tackle over.
I'll tell you, great
because the wing bone just does not do it for me.
It stretches the defense when they're expecting the run, and then they end
either
up with another
flex bone tackle over, or flex bone wings trips, or both. Anthony Thomas, so versatile. So versatile. Problem in space.
They'll go with the option.
And he does a good job of both using him in space as he got caught for a touchdown on Teo and man coverage. Teo is a beast, but he's not that much of a beast. And also using him as a decoy. And there, Josh Atkinson steps up. And here we're back in Army split.
Try to change the play.
Again, I try to go up top to Goodman, but he drops the ball to get him hit. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of a broken play. That's supposed to be a counter out of the wing bone slot. But you saw what happened. The play just completely bombed out. So, again, that's the value of playing humans and testing out your custom playbook and head-to-head competition, because if it won't work against human competition, what's the sense of having it in your playbook?
And he's taken down around the 36.
So back on D.
They give to the tailback. Makes it out to about the 46. Yep.
But how about my Fighting Irish, huh? I gotta say that pass defense really surprised me. You know, my concern all year long was that when they got to the Oklahoma game, the fact that we have converted wide receivers and true freshmen out there playing corner was going to be very tough to match up and overcome. But they played very well. Gavari Russell especially, he was a true freshman who was recruited to play receiver. And he's moved to defensive back because of injuries. And he did very well. He may find himself there permanently. He may have done too well if he wanted to have any hope of playing wide receiver in his college career. But, you know, defensively, Notre Dame is legit. You know, their front seven is as good as anyone's outside of outside of Alabama and LSU. I'll take their front seven and put it against anybody. They have 3 NFL draft picks on the defensive line. Tuitt, Nix, Moore. And, you know, Teo is just amazing. And it just shows you that having the right coach in college football makes all the difference. You know, Brian Kelly is a program builder. He recruits. He's a proven recruiter. He's got a sound system. And he holds his kids and coaches accountable for executing his system. Manti Te'o is a perfect example. Charlie Weiss could recruit. Manti Te'o is a Charlie Weiss recruit. But Charlie Weiss wasn't a teacher. You know, Manti Te'o never got better. Michael Floyd never got better. Tyler Eifert, he's a Charlie Weiss recruit. All those guys, Sierra Wood, other guy, all those guys have gotten better. Theo Riddick, all of them have gotten better under Brian Kelly. That's because Brian Kelly is a teacher. Not only does he have a good X's and O's mind, he knows how to teach and to reach young people. Saban has that talent. Urban Meyer does. Pete Carroll had it. That's the most important thing in being a successful college head coach. Not only just being schematically good, being a sound X's and O's guy and a recruiter, you have to be able to get through to young people, 18, 19, 20 years old, and get them to buy in. And BK does a great job at that. So I'm looking forward to the USC game. Hopefully they don't have any brain cramps between now and then. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little, you know, bootleg Lou Holtz offense. I'll be bringing more of it to you in the future as I get it, you know, ironed out, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.